McWormies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. This is like a video that I've been so excited for. It's not as much the video though, like I would say it's more the destination, the place, because I am in Japan. I'm in Japan, and so I'm gonna be vlogging that. It is a reading vlog, obviously. It's a travel reading vlog. There's gonna be me mainly talking about books. But I'm in Japan, so let that sink in because it hasn't sunk in for me yet. Because this is one of those places that I've had on my bucket list for many, many years. So being here is sort of surreal. But we're here to chatter. Wait, let me get my phone because I have a bunch of updates for you guys. Okay, so let's talk. I showed you guys a few clips earlier on in the video, so maybe you get what I was trying to show you there, but if you don't, let's talk. So we started, well, actually I was sort of like almost, I think I was 30 or 40% through this book before we started the whole getting on the flight, getting here, and all of that shit. But that was Recursion by Blake Crouch, and it's like a book where like you're like, well, people are getting FMS, known as false memory syndrome, and like sort of a detective is following that case, and it's like a dystopian no, I'll say it's like a sci-fi fantasy sort of idea, and it was so fun. I love the idea of this book, and this is one that I feel like I'm still gonna be thinking about in a few years' time. Like, let me try to see if there's any way. Like, we're following Helena Smith and Barry. Barry is a detective, and so he's like trying to find out like what's going on over here, and then Helena, she's a neuroscientist, I believe, and she's also trying to follow in, there's all this kind of shit. And this book, it just started to get really amped up. It was like, the start was really good. I really like how Blake Crouch introduced the whole topic of like FMS and like explaining how it works and how like what was going on, and you were following like two point of views and like that sort of shit. But like it just got better and better. The last 100 pages, insane for me. Insane. I feel like they were crazy to me because like there's just so much happening. Like, was my brain a tiny bit like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on here? Yes it was. But it was such a good book. I so enjoyed it. I rated it 4.75 stars. I feel like it's just not a 5 stars just because at the end it got very chaotic for me. But like it was a good chaotic. I don't know. I don't know if it's a 5 stars, like a god tier. Like I feel like this is me. This is let me explain my rating systems, because I feel like you guys might not understand, and you might be like, girl, you've literally barely rated any books 5 stars, and because for me 5 star doesn't just mean like it's amazing, no notes, there's all perfection, but like that could be a book, but I would most likely rate it 4.5 or 4.75 because maybe I'd get bored at some point or whatever. A 5 star for me, like I feel like some people have like maybe 5 stars that are like obviously they're amazing, but they're not god tier, they're not something that you think about every second of every waking day, but they're amazing. But for me 5 stars is like it has to be god tier or else it's not a 5 stars. But I would still, like, in my head, I could see it being a 5, I don't know how to explain that. That's me with my rating systems. I used to be way, way, way more lenient with my ratings, where I'd be like, 5 stars, yeah, and then I'd never think about it again. So I think that's why maybe I've become very strict about it in the last, like, I'd say year and a half. It's very, but it's fine. But, like, this was, like, a 4.75, which, let me tell you, that is insane for me, because I did not expect to love this book this much. Like, I remember hearing that Jamie Foxx was reading it, and like I was really interested, and I put it onto my want to read list. And then afterwards, I was watching her podcast episode with Freya, and Freya was talking about how she read it, and I was like, okay, I actually kind of want to read it now. And that's when I finally like was like, yeah, let's read it. Guaranteed, was it the worst time for me to start it? Yes, because Release Me literally came out a day later after I started this book, but I still decided to like continue reading it because I was enjoying it so much. It was so good. Didn't like I feel like also something for why it wasn't a god tier book was because like I connected to the characters, but I didn't like it wasn't like a deep connection that I have with like fantasy books where like let's say like Zayden or Violet or Aaron Warner, where I'm like, I'm rooting for you, I love you. If something happens, I am going to cry over you. These characters, I cared for them, but I wouldn't kill for them. That sort of idea. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wasn't a god tier. But like first I was like, I think maybe like a 4 stars. This book was really good, but then for some reason I couldn't get started on the next book just because I was thinking about this book. I was thinking about the whole everything that happened in the last 100 pages, because I usually like maybe like a few minutes to digest the book, like if it's like on a plane ride and like I'm starting a book right after. I just need like a few minutes to digest and I'm ready to move on, right? To continue with my life and read more books, because usually they aren't like 5 star god tier books. But then this one, I kept thinking about it. I was like, oh my god, and like I was reading, so like I had to take like a break for like an hour, and I was just like, okay, wait, let me rethink my life and like come back. So that's how I know it. I would just say it's a 5 stars. Like probably you'd see on my Fable and on my Goodreads, it's just like 4.75 or 4. I would low-key rate it 5. It was so good. I loved it. I love how everything was introduced. I love how everything was explained really, really well. And like I'm gonna repeat this again. The last 100 pages, insane. So yeah, there's that. There's Recursion. I kind of want to read Black Mat. Wait, what was it called? What Something Matter? Something Matter by the same author. Dark Matter, I think. I'm not sure. I might want to read that, but that depends on what it's about. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's just an idea. But next book I decided to read was Release Me by Tahira Mafi, which is the second book in the New Republic series, which is sort of like a epilogue series. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you take the OG Shatter Me series and then you have this one, which is years and years after everything that happened in that original series, and you're just following. It's different characters, but like obviously you see the characters from the other books, and like you're sort of doing that shit. Let me explain, because this is the second book in the series, and I've been waiting for a year for it to come out, because last year Watch Me came out, which was the first book in the series. But pretty much we're following Roosevelt and James, and this is years after the reestablishment ended, but then there's this one island that somehow it still has the reestablishment, and we're sort of following that. That's the idea. I don't want to say much more, just because also if you haven't read the OG Shatter Me series, it's going to be a lot. But there's so many. Watch Me was just like a roller coaster for me, because seeing these characters again after I feel like I was parted with them was just like, oh my god. And this book was no different. The ending, guys, I didn't think it finished. Like, when I saw people reviewing the book, I made sure that they weren't spoilers, because fuck if I'm gonna get a spoiler for literally one of my most anticipated reads of this year. And so like I was like, okay, let's make sure I don't get spoiled over here. But like people are like talking about how like I thought there was more and then it just ended. And I was like, okay, it can't be that bad, right? I was reading and I was like, okay, whoa, insane. Press the next page, and I'm like, and it's just about the author, and I'm like, excuse me, no, actually, let's rewind back. Can you put in another chapter or two? Thank you. Like, I was just like, no, no. I was like completely delusional about it. I was like, no, that doesn't seem right. That's probably a typo. You know, it was insane. 5 stars, obviously, because Release Me, literally as I said before, one of my most anticipated reads of this year. Seeing the characters that I love so dearly from the OG series, seeing them again, insane. The plot, it's not just like, it's like one of my favorite OG series, and like we're getting continuation from it. It's the plot that's amazing. It's the banter. It's just the funny comments. I wanted to read some of them, but it's like, wait, I don't want to say it though, because I feel like if you guys haven't, like, I don't know, could it be a spoiler for the OG Shatter Me series? Like, I don't know, but like there's like super fun comments with Kenji and Aaron, and like it's just so fun. I love all of these characters. They are so dear in my heart. I have quotes saved, and I just, oh my god. And the thing with Kenji and the and where she talks about, no, actually I don't want to think about that, and I want to know what happened there. I can't, I'm really telling you guys nothing. I'm leaving you guys so blind, but just because I can't say shit, but like I want to say shit. But it's fine. I'm an adult. I can, it's fine. I'm not an adult, but that's fine. Anyways, so yeah, Release Me, 5 stars. So you see, like, I had 2 really good books back to back. That was actually kind of insane, because Recursion, I'm still thinking about it. Release Me, still thinking about it. Guys, my brain, there's no space for me to think about anything else. You know how insane that is? And at the start of my trip, crazy, truly crazy for me. Anyways, that's that. I actually started Lady of Darkness by Melissa something. I forgot her last name. I don't know how I feel about this book. It's sort of giving me like, okay, I don't want to offend anybody with this, but like I'm not the biggest fan of Avatar. It felt sort of simple to me. I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't crazy. I read all the books, but I didn't love them. This sort of, it's the plot completely different, but the vibes are just giving the same vibe. I don't know why I'm getting that. She's also the author to the Legacy series, which I really wanted to read, but now I'm kind of scared to get into it. Lady of Darkness, I'm currently leaning in 3 zone. I'm not seeing it getting any higher than that, which is so sad, because Recursion and Release Me were just like, oh my god. And then I go into Lady of Darkness, and I'm just kind of like, I'm enjoying you, but I don't care about you, that kind of way. I'm like 30 something percent through it, I think. But yeah, that's that. Though I do want to read some other books, guys. I low-key want to read, like, I'm thinking of like maybe taking a break and going to like a romance. I was thinking of reading the next book in the DC Star series, which is Slapshot. And then I also downloaded, guys, on my Kindle, 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I don't think I'm going to read it on this trip, but I do want to read it really soon. I also have Project Hail Mary, which maybe actually read on this trip. I could see myself doing that. I also downloaded Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is supposed to be like a fun sort of like, I feel like, video game style book from what I've been hearing around. And I also have Iron Gold that I downloaded, and Weapon, which is the second book in the Whisper duology by Lynette Noni. I read that like in my number generator video, but like I didn't. I actually, before I started Lady of Darkness, I was gonna start Weapon, because it's a really short and easy book, and then I had to finish a duology. But I'm really not feeling it, so that's why I went into Lady of Darkness. But Lady of Darkness isn't so much better, so I don't know, guys. I don't know. These guys, I feel like it's just because I had 2 bangers back to back that now I'm just sort of like, riding off that high, and it's just getting lower and lower. But that's fine. And yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. I've been yapping for way too long. I also am still jet lagged, but I'm trying to stay strong and not fall asleep until absolutely necessary. But yeah, that's that. That's all I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to leave you guys for now, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, Aquarius. Okay, that is so tilted. Okay. We need to talk. So it is today. We had a biking tour and then we're walking around. My legs are kind of like done for today, and that's totally fine because tomorrow we're doing a food tour, so it's perfectly fine with me. But pretty much, let's talk about books. I have not continued to read the fantasy book that I was reading, but I have started a new book because I like to have a book that's just on my phone, and I wanted something easy, something that I could pick up in a second and I could like be inside the world easily. And so I decided to pick up a romance, which the third book in the DC Star series, which is Slapshot. This is between Hudson and I forgot the girl's name, but I'm gonna remember her name. I'm gonna remember her. She's super fun. She's a chef and she's gonna be his private chef, and like you're following that. And he's obviously an NHL player. Okay, her name is Madeline, and it is so fun. And she's also like a single mom. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really enjoy it currently. Something I forgot how much I love about like these romance books is like when there's like a group chat between all the dudes, and it's just like super fun and games, and like you can see just like they're some of the best things that I've ever set my eyes on because it's just so funny, like just reading their group chats where they're like talking shit about random stuff and like it's just so fun. That I love that. So I've been reading that. There's not a bunch of updates. How much am I through? I think I'm like 20 or 30% through it. I'm 27, so pretty much almost 30. So yeah. Oh, and also I got like a few flavors of these haichus. I love these. I used to be able to buy them somewhere else, but like I don't know where to buy them in Europe. So yeah, but like I'm gonna get more of those later. But that's fine. That's all I really wanted to say. I think I'm gonna leave you guys because there's not much to talk about, much to yap. And yesterday I yapped quite a bit about absolutely nothing. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow when hopefully I'll have a bigger update. I'm gonna try to read the fantasy book today too because I feel like I need to get back into that world. Otherwise, I'm never gonna finish it. And also because I kind of want to read Project Hail Mary. So and then maybe also watch the movie afterwards. I don't know. I don't know if the movie will be my cup of tea, but we will see. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys for now. Hey, Vikrimi. So we are here for an update. This is a new location, a new hotel. I am leaving though tomorrow, so this is like our once background, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys. I didn't talk to you guys yesterday, but that's totally fine because we are here right now, and that's all that matters. Now, first of all, let's start with the short update, and then we'll go into the longer update, just because I feel like it'll be easier that way, and I just feel like it. So I make the rules. Anyways, let's talk bookish. So I was trying to continue reading Lady of Darkness, and I'm like currently 60% through it, but I truly give no fucks over this book. I don't care. I don't care what is going on in the book, like at all. Like I know what's going on, but I just don't care. It's not a thing that like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. It's very like heavy. No, no, no. It's just I'm not enjoying it. And that's just so sad because like I feel like I could have enjoyed it. The first page was so hooking and it was like so like an interesting idea. The idea is there. It's just I'm not clicking with it. We are not on the same page together. It just doesn't feel that way. Like we're following Scarlet and then there's also like a few other characters and like you're sort of following them. But I feel absolutely nothing towards this book. I'm gonna try to finish it because I don't want a DNF. I don't think it's a DNF book, but I don't think it's a yay, I love this kind of book. Um, let's talk. Let's talk. Also, guys, I need to do my Duolingo for the day later on, but that's later. Anyways, so I think I told you guys I was reading Power Play, which is between Hayden and Madeline or Maddie, and there's also like she's a single mom and like she has a child named Lucy. Super. I finished that book. I rated it like a 3.75 stars or 3.5. I'm not sure exactly what I would say it's called, but like I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. Hayden, he's so amazing, and I love Maddie. I love Lucy. I love how you know even with like because Lucy she is deaf, so I love how they still incorporate that. It's so amazing. I love this book. It was so fun. It's not something that I'd say was my tops book, but Hayden was really nice character. I loved Madeline. I love seeing Piper and Liam and Maverick and Emmy from the other books. Like it was just so fun to see all of those peoples, and obviously the ones that were going to be in the next book, and like it's just so fun, and like just seeing how the team is so close together. It's amazing. I loved it, and like everybody has their own challenges in these books. It's not like all of them are like perfect, and then you're like, okay, so why aren't you guys already together? Like there's conflict of interest. First of all, there's always just like a conflict thingy, a small conflict. Well, like why they don't get together like right at the start of the book like easily peasily, and there's also like their own turmoil that's in them. So like I love how that is expressed in these books. Like she doesn't try to like gloss over it, but she doesn't also like be like it's right in your face. Like she doesn't go like this to us. I love that about Chelsea Curto. So that's amazing. I've actually started to read Hat Trick, which is the fourth book. I'm 74% through it, guys. I'm going to finish it probably today. I don't know. I don't know. I might be just taking a break from the other book, but honestly, it feels like I'm trying to like give up on it, but I'm trying to continue. Okay, I'm trying my best. But Hat Trick is between God, guys, I know their names. I'm having a blanking moment. Lexi and we all know and love him. It's just I don't know why, but his name's like right on the tip of my tongue, but it's not gonna come out. You know him and you love him, guys. I can't tell you much more. I don't want to tell you exactly what happens, like how this story like you know? Though, like, if you read the blurb, you'll understand, but I feel like you should go into this book blind. I sort of had a feeling before going into this book just because I decided to read the summaries and then I found out about it and, like, but it was the start sad. The start was sad actually, but like I loved it. It's so good currently. It's so like I love this. This might be one of my all-time favorites from the series. Though the next one is also gonna be interesting. I think the next one is about the coach. Am I right? Am I right, guys? I got no clue. But there's only like 6 books out, I think. So I'm gonna have to take a break later on before I can, finish it. But from what I've been seeing around, I think the last 2 books will come out this year. Though, like, if only one comes out this year and then the next one comes out next year, like, I have no issues with that because, like, you know, it's just in one more book. I don't know. But this one, I really love it. Yeah, Riley Mitchell. He is such a gentleman. I love him, and he has glasses, and it's just so fun. Yeah. Oh, actually, there's only one more book for me to read, and yeah, this one is Between the Coach and another character. I don't know who's the other one, but yeah, I only have Sinbin after this, and then there's gonna be 2 more books, Cross Check and Weak Side, but I don't know. Like currently, Goodreads is telling me that it's gonna come out in November of this year, but I don't know because it could be like an old like date or like they add like the author put it just so you like have an idea. I don't know, But yeah, like I really enjoy this. I'm for sure finishing it today, but I need to get back into that other book because otherwise, guys, I don't know how I'm gonna finish it. Like I feel like I need to sort of force myself to get through it because if I start reading like other books, I feel like it's just not gonna work. I need to continue reading Lady of Darkness, but I'm first gonna finish Hat Trick tonight, and then Lady of Darkness I'm gonna try to finish off. I also do want to kind of start like I kind of downloaded a few books. Well, they were like there, but like I needed to get them onto my books up. But I have 11/22/63. I honestly don't think I'm gonna read it on this trip. I don't know why. I don't think I want to read it currently. I think I want to wait until I come back and then I can really sit down and try to enjoy it. I also have Project Hail Mary. I have Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I could probably read that. Also, I found Fifth Wing, which is sort of like it's like a Fourth Wing parody, and it's pretty much a comedic version of Fourth Wing. It is very like do not take this seriously. The names are like changed slightly, so like instead of Violet, it's like Vile. Instead of Sorengale, it's Soren Butt, and like those kind of stuff. So it's actually like a fun idea. I don't know though, like if I can, because how much I love this book, I'm scared that like if I'll try to read it, then I'm gonna take offense onto it. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I might read it, but that's very like I feel like it will be like sort of like a palate cleanser of just like reading whatever, that sort of idea. But yeah, that's that. I don't know what else I wanted to tell you guys. I feel like I did want to, but I don't know. Oh yeah, we are currently in Kanazawa. Tomorrow we are leaving for Tokyo in the evening, and then we just have a few more days, and then we're going back to Prague. And guys, honestly, no, actually, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about going back. You know what? Let me enjoy my time here and the food. The food is amazing, guys. Low key, is really good. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave you guys just because I don't have much else to say. Though I do kind of want to put my hair down, guys. Should I do it now in front of the camera and you guys can see it, or should I do it alone? I don't know, guys. I have absolutely no thoughts in this head. Nothing at all. Should I do it? No, I think I'm gonna do it on my own time just because if it looks bad, you guys don't need to see that. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, Bookwormies. So I didn't talk to you guys yesterday, but that's fine because I'm here now and we're back for an update. So last time I talked to you guys, I was in the middle of Lady of Darkness, and I don't remember. I think I finished something. Let me remember. Yeah, I think I talked about it, but if I haven't, then let me do a quick recap. I finished Hat Trick, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. I love Riley. I love Lexi. Yeah, I talked about that. I remember now. Okay, Lady of Darkness. I have a few updates because I've been reading it and I finished the book. I actually, I was talking about how like I didn't really like it. It's okay. I actually don't hate it. Like, I was expecting it to be much worse. I think I rated like a 3.5, something like that. Like it was horrible, but it wasn't something that I would continuously think about, in the future. I felt like it was a bit predictable, like the plot was okay, but like I feel like we relied a lot on the characters to lead the story on. So I don't know. That was something I didn't really enjoy. And like if you look onto the internet, like you scroll through a few comments about Lady of Darkness, you might see people talking about how like it's very similar to Akatar. And I think like I get where people are talking about it, but like I feel like it's similar in the sense that like the vibes, like she's an assassin, there's fated mates, and like there's that idea that assassin is more so Throne of Glass. But like you get that Sarah J Maas vibe from the book. And I totally see that, but it is no, I don't think there's like a direct correlation where it's like a Powerless or Red Queen situation where maybe one was copied off of another, There's nothing of that. It's just like it gives us a vibe of Sarah J Maas, And I like Sarah J Maas, but I'm not her biggest fan, like not like other people. And like I wish I could be like that, but that's just not me. I enjoy her books, Throne of Glass, Kingdom of Ash, and Queen of Shadows. Those were my 2 favorite books from her Throne of Glass. And then I really liked the first Crescent City book. The rest were sort of like in the mid-range, pretty much. That's sort of the idea. to get you. And this just felt like predictable. It felt like it was a nice read, but it's not something I would continuously think about in the future, you know? It's not horrible. It's not horrible, though from like my past talks about it, you might be like, Romy, that sounds like you did not like it, but it was okay. I didn't read it horribly, so I don't know. Take that into account however you want to. But there's that. And I started reading Sinbin, and it is the 5th book. Yeah. In the I want to say Windy City series when it isn't. It's just they give me such similar vibes in like terms of hockey and all of that. But this one is part of the DC Stars. Yeah, exactly. And this one is interesting. This one is between, God, I keep forgetting his name, Saunders and her. I forgot her name, but it's super fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm like 80% through. I'm probably gonna finish it today. I don't have many notes. I think I'm probably gonna rate it 4 stars. I really am enjoying it. I like the DC Star series. It gives me a similar vibe to Windy City series. I'm not saying they're copied because they're not. I don't think so. It doesn't seem that way, but like, you know, they give me similar vibes, and I get that from a lot of random books. Like Whisper and Shatter Me give me similar vibes, even though they're just, I feel like their main theme together is it's dystopian, you know. I correlate random things together. You just got to deal with it, you know. I was out shopping, so I got new jeans. I'm gonna show. I don't know if I should. If I'm gonna end up doing a haul later on at the end of this video, or if I'm not. If I do, great for you guys. If I don't take that personally. It's probably just because I forgot or I got lazy. You know, that's that. But that's all I really wanted to say. I think I'm gonna leave you guys. But yeah, that's it. Bye. Yeah, so guys, I've been listening to Olivia Rodrigo's new single Drop Dead. If you guys don't know, because I feel like I don't talk about it truly that much, but Olivia Rodrigo and Billie Eilish are like my 2 top favorite artists. Like those 2, I like. You might not see me listen to them like every single day of every, like, you know, but I have those times where I'm just listening to their songs because they are 2 of like my favorite artists. Don't ask me for a favorite song of theirs because I don't have that. They're all my favorite, but like, I don't know. I feel like I don't talk about it a lot, but yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, she's releasing a new album, which is You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. It's releasing in June 12th, which as somebody who's a Gemini and was born in the month of June, I don't know why, but that was just like, I literally, like, as soon as I found out, I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, this is literally like my birthday present. What do you want? Like, is it 2 days after my birthday? Yes. But you know, it's the same idea. It's the same idea. You know, I feel like she had a vision. I know she wasn't, but you know, let me live in my delusion. But she released her one, like, a single from that album, which is Drop Dead, and I was listening to it. So yeah. Anyways, that's that. What else did I okay, let's get into the reading updates. Why am I talking about Olivia Rodrigo? There is a time and place for that, though. I yap about everything in here, so I don't know if there really is for me a time and place. But let's talk, because I was reading Sinbin, and I finished it actually yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. I love Brody. I love Hannah, and I like how this is an age gap romance, if you don't know. And I feel like with age gap romances, it's very important that you address the fact that you have an age gap, but you don't make it the entire personality of the book. You don't want the entire personality to be age gap. Oh my God, we have this many years between us. Like, we get it, and that should be addressed, but it shouldn't be the entire point of it and why they don't get together and whatever, you know? So I'm really happy that actually in this book, Chelsea Curto did not, like, she explained it and they talked about it. And then you're like, hey, we need to talk about this, because Brody, he has a daughter, and she's coaching the daughter in ice skating, well, figure skating. So, like, you know, like, there's this whole thing, like, that dynamic between her and the child too, and like the child finding out, and then also Hannah. So let me explain a bit. Brody is a coach for a hockey team, the DC Stars team, and he has obviously one of his players. Hannah is one of the players' sisters, you know. So it's also that dynamic that's really important, and I feel like in this book, the author really she expressed the idea of it and how, like, yes, this could cause this issue, you know, and we should, like, you know, see that, but she didn't make it into the entire personality of the book, you know, which I absolutely love, because if there's an age gap romance and they just keep repeating, yes, we are this many apart, I'm this much older than you, you are this much younger than me, like, I get that, but don't make it the entire personality of the book. So I'm actually really happy in this book. I rated it 4 stars, or 4.25, 4, yeah, I think it was 4, and I'm really happy about it. I really loved it. It's not a 5-star, but I really like how they addressed everything in here, and it was just such a fun book. I love Olivia, which is the daughter, and, you know, it was just, I feel like it was really good. It was one of my favorites. Brody is an amazing character. I absolutely love him. Hannah is also like, she talks about, like, the whole I'm pretty sure this was talked upon, but she, like, talks about being burnt out from figure skating because it became more of a, like, sort of like more of a, I need to win so then I can get this money and I can get this and that and that, and so, like, she felt like she was on the brink of burning out. And so we see her focusing on that and focusing on her shit. And, like, I feel like it was a really good book. I honestly really enjoyed it. Now, what am I reading next? You might be like, I'm starting The Song of Achilles, which I feel like is something that everybody and their mom has read. I don't think there's one person that hasn't read this book. Truly, I don't think there is. And so, you know, I'm actually really excited to see how this one will go, because I started it. It's like Greek mythology, but it's also romance. I don't know the exact idea of like what's gonna happen, because first I thought it was like just Greek mythology purely. Then I thought it was like a romance. Then I was like, okay, I got no clue what this is. So honestly, let me explain a bit so we both of us can get into it. Unless if you guys have read it, then you know. Okay? But pretty much the Song of Achilles, it is about Achilles, who is the best of all Greeks. He is the son of the sea goddess Thetis and the legendary king Peleus, and he is just like all the best. He is the most irresistible and all that. Then we have Patroclus, who is an awkward young prince who was exiled from his homeland after an act of shocking violence. They are brought together and they forge an inseparable bond despite risking the god's wrath. They are trained by a centaur called Chiron. Chiron, guys, Percy Jackson. I can't tell you guys, I love Percy Jackson. I don't talk about Percy Jackson a lot just because I feel like it's one of those older books that I love, but it's such a great one. So, anytime I hear about Greek mythology and like I hear something that I know from books, I love that. But anyways, talking about that, so they're trained by the centaur called Chiron in the arts of war and medicine. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, all the heroes of Greece are called upon to lay siege to Troy in her name. Seduced by the promise of a glorious destiny, Achilles joins their cause, and torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus follows. Little do they know the cruel fate will test them both as never before and demand a terrible sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Whew. Okay, that took me a second to read. Okay, so this is... I'm interested. I'm more intrigued now, because I feel like before I was a bit like confused on what is the story going to be following exactly. So sometimes reading a description really helps me. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm like probably like 10% through it, guys. I don't think even 10%. Okay, let me just check. Where is my books app? It's so slow for some reason. I'm 11% through it. I'm excited to continue. Like, we sort of got the layout. I've gotten to the point of where Patroclus is sent to live with Achilles, and we see them starting to interact and all that kind of shit. So yeah, that's where I'm currently at. I don't have many thoughts just yet, but I know everybody and their mom loves this book. Like, it is like the character depth and like just the plot itself, everybody's just in love with it. So I'm really excited. And I love Greek mythology books. I read Circe also, which is a Greek mythology book, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. I rated, I think, like 4.5 stars or something like that. Like, my best friend read it, and she was like, she loved it, and she was like, girl, you gotta read this. And I was like, Greek mythology, you say I have to read this. Okay, I'm reading it. I loved it. So, I kind of need more books like those, because I feel like I can enjoy them. Like, Percy Jackson, Circe, if this is a good one too, then yeah. I know there's also the Iliad, so maybe that could be an interesting option. Comment down below if that's a good idea for me to do. But yeah, that's that. I wanted to tell you guys something else, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go shopping probably soon, and we're gonna get some stuff. I actually got... I feel like I should have told you something, and I forgot now. But yeah, we're gonna do that. But yeah, I'm leaving pretty soon. Tomorrow I'm leaving, so I'll probably update you guys when I land. Probably when we're back. I don't think there's gonna be much more for me to, But yeah, that's it. I guess I'm gonna leave you guys. There's not a lot more for me to say, but yeah. Oh, also, I think I might start a stage for villains, or whatever the fuck it's called. Let me remember. I think I want to start it afterwards, because I saw that, yeah, stage set for villains by Shannon, because I follow Freya's and Jamie's podcast, and I haven't watched that episode yet, but they're like talking with the author who wrote a stage set for villains, and it's sort of like a theater sort of idea. And and I want to watch that video, but I also feel like I want to read the book before I do that, so then I can sort of, whenever they start like talking to her and like asking like, what is that, why did you choose this, or whatever's going on in that video, I want to be able to like also feel that. So I want to read the book before then. And also I feel like it would be a fun book for me. So yeah, that's that. And then afterwards I'll read whatever. Those are just like those 2 books that I want to read. So yeah, I'm gonna continue Song of Achilles. I got no clue how it's gonna go. I feel like the start is pretty slow, but I'm seeing it. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave you guys for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, Wakurumis, so we are here for the final update. We are pretty much ending up this video. I'm gonna quickly talk to you guys, because I'm a little bit down on my feet, and then I'm gonna go shower and get ready for bed, and we're gonna be done. But first, I want to do a haul, because we have some stuff that we bought during this trip, and then I need to talk books, because I read quite a few books on the flights back, because flights plural, so I got a lot of time on my hands, and then we also had a car ride, so I got through quite a bit, but no complaining. Let's first start with the haul, because I feel like it's gonna be quicker and it's just gonna be easier. So here is the haul. So first of all, one thing. Okay, let's start with skincare. So one thing, I don't have it with me because it's in the bathroom and I don't want to go there, but I have the pear cream. If you guys are really into skincare and you have like issues with acne and all of that, like me, then you've heard of it. Probably at some point in your life, you've probably heard of the pear cream. It's Japanese, I think, in origin, but like you can also find it in Korea, and it is like very, very popular for acne. and for like redness, and so I bought it, and I think my acne is getting a little bit better. So I think it's working. I think it is. I don't want to jinx myself, so fingers crossed. But I feel like my skin is better. At the start, I was like, nothing's going on, nothing's going on. But I know that with my skin, I feel like it takes a few turns for it to really like affect me. Well, affect me badly. It to get a bad reaction on my skin. It's very easy to get a good reaction. It takes a while. So like after like 5-6 days, I think after using it, I started to see a difference. So I don't know, take that as you will. I just wanted to give you guys my honest review because my skin is very, very sensitive. I have a lot of acne issues and I have a thing called dermatitis, which I'll be talking about a little bit, but this is a book channel, so I won't be talking about it that much. But yeah, that's that. Then we have a few more creams. Those I haven't tried yet, so don't ask really for my opinion on them. Maybe one day, like in another video, you could be like, hey, what did you think about them in the end? And I can tell you, but for now, I don't have anything. Oh wait, but I did get a few sheet masks. I tried them on the flight. They're, I don't know, Dermalaser Quality First. This has ceramide one, and it's for like, it's supposed to be for sensitive skin. It's supposed to be really good. Like you put it on for 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 7 max, and you put them on. This is a packet with 7. I used 1. So yeah, that's that. I feel like it's calming. I don't know. With sheet masks, I'm very like wary of them because like I don't feel like they have a huge good effect on me, but they also don't have a shitty effect on me. Sometimes I can feel a teeny tiny bit of a tingle, but that depends. One though had a really bad effect on me. Every other face mask after that was like okay. It was just this one that I used that was like aloe vera based. I think, or just the face mask itself just wasn't for me, or maybe just aloe vera in general, because I don't know if that company was actually that good, so it could have been either of those. But yeah, that's the only bad experience I've had with face masks. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting a big allergic reaction out of it, but maybe ingredients, I don't know, but I've never really heard of that. Anyways, let's get into the creams for a second. I'm Curel, Curel, very, very popular. I don't, like, I saw it going around when I was researching what specific creams I want to buy, and, like, then I see it in every single drugstore. It's just there in the pharmacies. So I got the Intense Moisture Cream, and then I also got their Brightening Moisture Essence version. So this one I know 100% it's, like, for, like, I remember I got this one, and then I got something totally different, which is like a Minon Amino Moist, the Moist Charge Milk, specifically, because the Minon Amino Moist is like the name of the company, and the actual thing is like on top what it is. But one of those two is specifically for my dermatitis, because I have very sensitive skin, and like if it's too thick of a formula, it's gonna affect me badly. If there's like some sort of ingredient, it'll just affect me badly. It's very easy for my skin to get triggered, you know. One of them is specifically for dermatitis, and the other one is more so of a moisturizer and like to heal the skin barrier, but also focuses on both of them focus on dermatitis. Okay, I will see if they will work on me or not because I was looking around for stuff like that. And then last one, this one is the only one that I got from Korea. It's from Wellage. It's the Real Sika Calming Cream that has a few things. Here it is, the cream. I'm gonna try this one. This one is more so calming. It's not specifically directed towards dermatitis or anything, but it's just calming cream. So I'm gonna try that also, and also to heal. So yeah, that's that in terms of skincare. Now, getting to my favorite part, the clothes. Because with skincare, then I have to be like, oh my god, I have to research here. I'm just like, I go into the shop, I find what I like, that kind of stuff. So let me show you guys, because some of them are so cute. Wait, before that, I think I talked to you guys how I got the Pikachu, and this is like the Kanazawa version, and it's so cute. It has this cute little costume. I love Pikachu. I have a few other Pokemons up on my bedside table, so this is gonna add to the collection. But she's so cute. It's a she for me, so so cute. I love it. There's a bow in the back. So cute. And like turns out for every city, like Kyoto, I think also Osaka and Kanazawa, there's like a different costume for them, and it's so cute, so cute. So yeah, that's just something not to do with clothes, just to do with me. But yeah, anyways, I got these high-rise jeans. I don't want to let them out, but they're like a barrel fit, so they're like a bit oversized, but they're high-rise, like pretty high-rise. But I really like them. They're really good. And then I have, and then I got these like pants. They're like sort of sweatpants, but they look really good, and they're these really nice color. I don't want to take these all out. The shirts I'll show you guys because they have a design, but the pants I'm just too lazy. But this is the only other pants. Everything else is shirts, because these are all oversized specifically, but they are so cute. First one I have here to show you guys. Oh my god, this is probably one of my all-time faves. Mainly because it is Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. If you guys don't notice from that, and like on the other side I have some stuff, but this is so cute. I just love it. I just like it isn't the craziest design, but I just love Spider-Man. So, and then on the front it just says Marvel. But yeah, I'm probably even gonna wear it tomorrow. Then I have this other one. I think I showed it to you guys, but it's like Stitch, Lilo and Stitch on the back, like surf club kind of vibes. Very, very cute. Very cutesy. Very demure. Then this is the only Pokemon thing I have, but it's really cute. It has like Snorlax woke up because I love to sleep, and I was just like, this is so cute. This is in the front, and in the back it says like Snorlax, and then very lazy, just eats and sleeps, as it's As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful, which I feel like it's a description of me because I love to sleep. I'm the epitome of sleep follows me. This is like the one, like I feel like a wild card compared to everything else, but it's also very cute. All of these are oversized. I think I told you guys. It's like a scenic one. And then my last one, this one was like, I just saw it and I was just like, yeah, actually, I think I like this. So I got it. This is, if you guys know this Zootopia movie, you will know this. So on the front says, "Did someone say fox?" And then the back, Nick Wilde. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. And I just love that one too. I love them. I'm so excited to wear them out. But yeah, that's it for clothes. Now let's talk books because we have a lot to catch up on that wise. Getting a little bit winded, but that's okay. It's just from talking. Now let me get my phone with all my data and I can tell you guys exactly what I read, how I enjoyed it, because I feel like that I forget certain details and my phone is perfect for that reason. It just reminds me of everything that I might have forgotten. Okay, so first, I think I told you guys I was reading Song of Achilles. It's the Greek mythology. It's like we're following Achilles. If you know his his story, then you sort of know what this follows and how it ends, But we're pretty much following him and Patroclus. I can't say his name. I cannot. Patroclus? I can't say. I'm really bad with names, personally. But yeah. And you're sort of following that story, the whole Greek story. And I just really love it. I really like how it was written. It was lyrical, but like, it was also descriptive. Like, I love when it's a mix in between. And like, it also used like the language that felt more like old vibes, but it's not Shakespeare. It's not thy foul, blah, 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 blah. Because, no, not for me. I'm sorry. It's not for me. Shakespeare's not for me, especially the old English version of him. No. But like, it was just the perfect mix of everything. It isn't like my all-time favorite book, just because I have more favorite books compared to the Song of Achilles, but it is a really good book, and I see why people enjoy it. It is such a fun story, and you really get to follow those characters in detail, and you really get to connect to them. I love how the author did with POVs and like how you could see everybody. It felt like you were getting an overhead shot right into everything, and I loved it. I gave it 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed the Song of Achilles. I see why people love it, but it wasn't a 5 stars for me. I also read by that author Circe, which I really loved. So like, I might continue to read her books, but I think she has like 1 or 2 more out, but I don't know. That's from what I saw when the last time I was investigating after I finished the Song of Achilles. But yeah, that's that. Then I started to read A Stage Set for Villains, which is, if you really take it literally, it is literally like a play, and you're sort of following it, like, has Act 1, Scene 1, Act 1, Scene 2, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know how to explain, because how much can I tell you guys, but we're pretty much following, what's her name? Oh my god, I'm so bad with names, guys. I know the guy's named Jude, but then her, I'm blanking. Okay, okay, I reread the description so then I can really tell you guys, because I'm always scared to like spoil things, but pretty much we're in this world where gods are dead and all we have are players, which are these kind of like performance of the playhouse. Okay, it's a place. They're worshipped, but they're more feared. They have like enchanted voices and like they can bend hearts, minds, and even the reality itself. We follow 18-year-old Riven Hesper. I don't know if that's how you say her name right, or is it Riven? I think it's Riven. And she knows the struggles of everything. She encountered a player and he pretty much ended up putting a curse on her that slowly kills her. When the playhouse announces the spectacle of the lifetime, she sees her chance to live. She infiltrates the competition, trying to infiltrate them and we follow that. And we meet there Jude, who is sort of like, you will see. Pretty much, I don't want to explain it anymore, but I love the idea. I don't think I've ever seen a book like, I'm just so used to like these fantasy romances where like you know what's going to happen next. Sometimes it can be entertaining though, still, because like it's just something silly fun because for whatever reason. But this was just so different. It is mainly a fantasy, I would call it. It's just so fun. The plot and just the idea itself of like the game and all of that, it gives a very eerie vibe, so you should know that, but it is so fun. Like, you get hooked in right away. There was like a few seconds where I was a bit bored, but it picked up again and it was just really fun. I loved how we could like connect to the characters and we really saw into them, especially like obviously the main character. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I rated it at like a 4.25 stars too, but I really liked it. It was such a fun idea. The idea itself was just so cool to me because like I'm just used to books being like, I don't know. I'm really happy about this one. I really enjoyed it. The characters, the plot, just how it was layered, how it was structured, the book itself was just so fun to me. So, I really enjoyed that one too. So I was on a high after those 2 books. And then I decided to read Good Spirits, which is a magical realism book. Like, it's technically romance, but it has magical aspects. So pretty much we're following this girl and August decides to haunt her. Well, doesn't decide. It's his mission to haunt her and find what's wrong with her and send her on her way, sort of like. So let me explain. So like, let's say there's somebody who's like cheating on this other person. So he would come, you could say, haunt them and show them memories and be like, okay, you see how this is wrong, and like sort of like steer them onto the good path. Pretty much the idea is to, you know, become good spirits later on. And so he gets the assignment to haunt the girl. I'm blanking on her name again. I keep blanking on names, guys. What is wrong with me and names today? I tell you, I promise I know names. I'm just really, my brain is not functioning right now and I'm forgetting them all. Okay, my phone just does not want to function. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah. So he's pretty much the technical official term. He's the ghost of Christmas past. Okay, so he is Nolan Callahan, and he has to spend the holiday haunting, getting in, getting out, returning the aimless to the right path. And then he's faced with Harriet York. Yeah, true, that's her name, Harriet York. She's the sweetest one. He's like, I kind of wish a future right now. She's a good person, or at least she tries to be. She's a people pleaser. She's like she has faults, but it's not like she did something horrible, you know? So he's like looking into her and he's like, what is wrong with her? She's so sweet. She's so nice. Why am I assigned to her? And you're just sort of following that, and it's just so fun. The romance in there, the yearning, just the build up, and like just like how they meet up. Craziest, funniest thing ever. Wait, I have quotes saved, guys, because it was just so funny to me for no reason. Like, it had no business being funny. Like, okay, wait. We are taking out the big boy, my Kindle, because I was reading it fully on my Kindle. I'm gonna show you guys the annotations because I have quite a few and they're just so funny. I love her as a character. Harriet, like, she's like, obviously she's flawed, but she's just such a funny character on top of everything. Like, girl knows how to how to be funny. Wait, no, what the hell? Oh, so like he like comes in, he sort of like breaks in, and she's like, it's like a door-to-door thing. I'm not interested in joining your cult, thank you. And then afterwards he's like, no, I'm not interested in like breaking in. She's like, what do you have interest in then? Murder? And I'm like, yes, totally. You're haunting me. I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. I feed my neighbor's cat. Are you sure you're not just breaking in and entering? No. Okay, wait. And then she's like, I want proof. Of what? Of your ghostliness. Do you have some sort of documentation? A badge, perhaps? A ghost badge? I don't know how these things work. We don't carry badges or any sort of documentation. That seems convenient. Something for me to bring up at our next staff meeting then. Staff meeting, there are more of you? So yeah, that's that. And then she's like, you're a little young to be a ghost. And he's like, says who? I died young. And your voice, what's going on with that? My accent? She nods. I died Irish. You're not Irish anymore. No, I'm still Irish. Why aren't you haunting a nice gal in Ireland then? Like, it is just such a random conversation where she's like, you died Irish. Like, and then there's more, but I don't want to talk about the rest of them, but it was just so fun, like, especially the start, just like them meeting. Like, obviously, like, later on, their compatibility and everything, and like, you know, everything that goes on, it's just, they click so well together. But like the start to me was just so funny, where like, I died young. Like, no, you died old and then you became a young ghost. It's just so funny to me. I really love this book. This I also finished, and it was so good. It was so fun to follow. It was very easy. I didn't feel like it got stuck. I didn't feel like it got very stuck at any point in time. And it is technically like a Christmas book. I didn't read it in Christmas because it's April, but you know, it was so fun. I loved the plot. I just loved the magical realism. The magic in there was just so perfect. It was so fun. You know, I really loved it. I rated it 4.5 stars. It isn't a 5 stars just because, but especially for a Christmas romance or just a festive romance, I would say this was amazing. This was one of the top tiers in a festive romance, in a holiday romance, you know? It was just so fun. I really enjoyed them together. Nolan is just such a funny character. He's so broody and all that, and Harry is just like, I just want to please everybody. Like, she's so imperfectly perfect that I love her. Like, she doesn't feel like two-dimensional. She feels 3D. She feels like she's an actual human being. So yeah, she didn't feel like absolutely perfect, you know? But she wasn't imperfect, like, bad person, you know. I don't know why I'm explaining this so much, but anyways, yeah, that's that. That was the last book I read. And so I guess this video comes to an end, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was fun for me. I love doing these travel vlogs. I love just yapping about stuff because I feel like I don't really have to have a theme to it. Is it technically a travel reading vlog? Yes, sue me, but you know. But yeah, that's that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!